Okay, hello everyone. In the previous sessions, we learned about how to know user input controls and menus and all. So now, today's sessions, we are going to learn screen navigation. Okay. So till now, we are about user interaction, right? So there is an UI and UX, that is user interaction and user experience. Okay. So there is a difference between UI and UX. Okay, UI is user interaction. So how the user is going to interact with the screen. Okay, so UX is user experience. So whatever the activity that has been opened by the user, how the experience will be felt by the user. So how we can give that experience through the screen navigation of your particular activity. Okay. So in today's sessions, we're going to learn about screen navigations. Uh, so in screen navigations, there are different types of screen navigations. Okay, so back navigation, hierarchical navigation. Okay, so back navigation and hierarchical navigation. In the hierarchical navigations, there are up navigation, descendant navigation, navigation drawers for descendant navigation, lists and process for descendant navigation, ancestral navigation, lateral navigation. So let's see what is this back navigation. So back navigations means previous screen using a back button. So if the user navigates the particular screen through the back button, so there is a back navigation. So hierarchical navigation. So where the users is going to be navigate the screen through the hierarchy screens, how it has been organized with the parent screen for every set of child screen. So let's see in details what is this back navigation and hierarchical navigations. Okay, that is back button navigations. Okay, so as you see in the screen, through the launcher, you are going to launch an activity. So through that activity, you are going to launch another activity. Okay, so through that, there is a button. Is for example, if you have a button in the second activity. Okay, so what that button says is, so if you click on that particular button, it has to go back to the previous screen. So again, if you click back, it has to go to the previous screen. Okay, so clicking the back button, so it navigates to the previous screen. Okay, see, for example, if you launched your any application, so within that application, you will go back to one more activity. Okay, so let's take an example like what we say. For example, take a news application. Okay, if you take a news application or any other application, if you consider, so through you will launch that particular application. From there, you will click on to the one. You will go for one activity. So if you click on that particular activity, it will go for the next activity. So back button navigation means if you click the back button, so that it is going to navigate to the previous screen. Okay, so how it is going to handle, the system is going to handle these tasks. Okay, the system will going to handle these tasks. Okay, and it was going to handle the back stacks automatically. Okay, whatever the screen activity you have been moved through, so previous activity will be in the back stack and the current activity will be in the foreground screen. So if you click on the back button, the system is going to handle that automatically, so that the current activity is going to be closed and it move back to the previous activity, where the previous activity will be in the back stack. Okay, where this OS is going to be, the Android devices or the OS is going to be automatically handles this. Okay, so you question may arise that why we cannot change that. Yes, you can change it. The what is the default behavior will be there. Okay, it is, we can change the default behavior. Okay, the back button by defaultly it is going to traverse the list of screens, or it may remove the current screen from the list as soon as you press the back button. Okay, so as I said, you can override the particular function, back button function. Okay, how? There is a method called on back pressed method. Okay, on back pressed method of the activity class. Okay, where this particular method detects the user's presses back key. Okay, whenever the user presses the back key, this particular method, that is on back pressed method, is going to be executed. There is a default implementation. Okay, there is a default implementation. So this default implementation can be override. Okay, that is which method? That is on back pressed method. This method can be overridden and you can change the default behavior how you want to work for your particular application. For in some of the applications, as you see in your real time, if you press the back button, may it go to the somewhere else. So because that a particular application is changing that, overriding that functionality. Okay. So next is hierarchical navigation patterns. Okay. So what is this hierarchical navigation? So app screens are typically organized in a parent-child hierarchy. So in the hierarchical navigation pattern, there will be a parent-child hierarchy. Okay, there will be a parent-child hierarchy where you can see in this particular image or the figure. Okay, so there are three things we should know in this particular figure. Is first one is parent screen. Okay, second one is first level child screen sibling. That is second is first level child screen siblings. Third one is second level child screen siblings. You can say the second one as collection siblings, or for the third one you can say section siblings. Okay, so what is this parent screen? Okay, see, whatever the application you open, whatever the activity you will get, we may say that particular activity as a new parent screen. Okay, so in this figure, as in this figure mentioned, there is a news application where you open it, that is a parent screen. So within that you have a different sections. Okay, you have a collection of siblings, that is you may have a store like current news or sports or entertainment or cooking or top stories. Likewise, there is different collection of stories, siblings. So for that we say this as a collection of siblings, that is first level child screen sibling. Okay, so within that each collection siblings there will be a stories. Okay, there will be a different stories of based on the collection siblings. Okay, for example, you have chosen a sports, so within that you may have a cricket or a football or a basketball or Olympics or athletics. Like there are different kinds of stories will be there. Okay, for that we will say it as a second level child siblings. Okay, so this particular explains that. See, so how we are going to implement this parent screen? Okay, so parent screen is an activity. Whatever the activity you will be designing, that is an activity. So within that it will be having a descendant navigation to one or more child screens. Okay, it will be having a descendant navigation to one or more child screens. So second one is a first level child sibling screen, child screen siblings, where siblings are the screens in the same positions in the hierarchy. As I said in the news app, so there are so many collection siblings will be. It will be in a same positions where this all the siblings is sharing the same parent screen. Okay, see, for in this example, so this is a parent screen where all these three is sharing the same parent screen. Okay, so that is the first level, that is collection siblings. See, you can implement this child screen as an activity or a fragment. Okay, you can implement this by an activity or a fragment. Also, you can implement lateral navigation to navigate from one sibling to another on the same. One sibling to another on the same. Next is second level child screen sibling. That is a third one. Okay, within this stories, you can click anyone, you will get particular story on that. As I said, if you go on to the sports, there will be cricket or a badminton or athletics. Likewise, if you click on the cricket, you will get that particular stories only regarding related to the cricket. Likewise, that is a child screen sibling. You can implement this second level screen child screen siblings based by using an activity or a fragment also. Okay, the inside this story you may have a documents or a comments or videos or maps. All these can be implemented through the fragments. Okay, See, for example, if you click on that particular, see, for example, if you consider a cricket, if you click on that particular cricket, you will be having a some information. In this particular day, that particular match has scored, team has scored this much score, and after that you may have a video where you can click that video so that you can see the highlights, and below that you may have a comments, so that so many users have given a comment. As all these example you may have seen in the news applications or in any other applications based these implementations. Okay, so this is about the parent screen, collection siblings, and the section siblings. Okay, for the first level child siblings, you may say it as a collection siblings, or the second level child screen siblings, you may say it as a section siblings. Okay, see, there are types of hierarchical navigations are there. Okay, there are different types of hierarchical navigation. So that is descendant navigation, ancestral navigation, lateral navigations. Okay. Descendant navigation means top to bottom. Ancestral navigation means bottom to up. Okay, bottom to up. Lateral navigation means swipe wise, swiping the screens. That is lateral navigation. Main activity with other activities. Okay, so as I said, you are going to implement the child siblings through an activity or a fragment. So let's see how you can implement from main activity to other activity. So if the first level child siblings have another level child screens under them, you should implement the first level screen as an activity so that their life cycles are managed properly before calling the second level child screens. See, we have learned in the previous second ago about intents. Okay, through the intents you are going to call the another activity. Same ways you can implement it. The hierarchy of parent and child activities should be defined in Android manifest.xml file. Okay, so in the hierarchical pattern, you should define the child activities, how it is going to be behaved. So that should be mentioned in the manifest file. For example, so if you have defined an order activity where this particular order activity is a child of main activity. Okay, if you imagine that, so there is an activity called order activity where it is a child for the main activity. Okay, main activity is a parent. So here you can define that thing into the manifest file. How you can define by this diagram you can see here. So within the activity, Android name dot order activity. So label, you can give the label. So parent activity. So you should mention there is an attribute called parent activity name. You should mention the particular package name. So within that you can have a metadata. So parent activity, main activity. So if you are in the order activity, you need to go for the parent activity. You can define like this. So how to define an activity with the fragments? How we can implement with the fragments? So if the child screen siblings do not have another level of child screens under them, okay, so then you can go for an implementing the fragments. So fragments represents behavior or portion of user interface within an activity. So if you want any information within an activity, then you can go for a fragment implementation. Okay, there you can see the user interface or the representation of that particular behavior. So you can combine both multiple fragments within single activity. As I said, if you click on the cricket, so that is fragment that can be implemented through the fragments. So next is ancestral siblings. Okay, so that is the first type of hierarchical navigation, which is ancestral siblings. We can also say this as a up button. Okay, we can also say this as a up button, that is bottom to up. Okay, so with the ancestral navigation, so in an ancestral navigation with a multi-tier hierarchy, if you have a multi-tier hierarchy, so that you can enable the users to go from up from a section sibling or to collector to the collection sibling, and then up to parent screen. So it means that, as I said in this example, so there is parent screen here. Okay, there is a parent screen, first level child sibling. Okay, there is a parent screen, first level child sibling, second level sibling. So what happens in the ancestral navigation or the up button? So if you have implemented through your application through the ancestral navigation, so first is section sibling, that is child level screen sibling. So next is collection sibling, that is first level child sibling. So next is parents. So that is what the ancestral navigation is. So in this figure, up button for ancestral navigation, correct? So up button for ancestral navigation from first level sibling to the parent screen. So this is the first one, where from the first level siblings to it will, you can manage it to go for the parent screen. So second option is up button for ancestral navigation from second level siblings to the first level child screen sibling, where for this particular second level child screen sibling, okay, where for this the first level will be acting as a parent. For this the parent is this, for this the parent is collection sibling. So this is section sibling, collection sibling, and this is parent. Okay, remember it, parent, this one is collection siblings, this is section siblings. Okay, so the up button is used, okay, when the up button is used to navigate within an application. Okay, up button will be used to navigate the screens within an application based on the hierarchical relationship between the screens. So if in your particular application, so you have any hierarchical relationships between the screen, then you can implement the up button so that you can navigate within your application. So as I said, so in this first level, child screen offers headlines to navigate the second level screens. The second level screen siblings offers up buttons to return to the first level child screen. Okay, where it is a shared parent. Okay, it will be in a shared parent. So if the parent screen, whatever the parent screen are there in your application, if the parent screen offers navigates to the first level child sibling, this particular first level child screen sibling offers up button to returns to the parent screen. To provide the up button, so if you want to provide an up button for a child screen activity, okay, if you want to provide an up button for a child screen activity, so we need to declare the activity parent. Okay, you want to declare the activity parent to be the main activity, where that should be declared. Whatever the child screen activity to be declared as an activity parents, that should be declared in your Android manifest.xml file. So there in that manifest file, you can set the label. Okay, there you can set the label. You can see here, there you can, so there within the so child screen activity that should be declared in the manifest file. Okay, there within there you can set the label so that you can have a title for that. You can have a label for that particular activity, title for that activity particular screen. See here, it has been mentioned label. For this, the label is in this figure, you can see that is an order activity. So this label represents order activity, where this value has been stored in a file string. That's why the path is like this, string / title _ activity _ order. So this steps, this code shows to declare the parent to Android manifest.xml file. So sorry, this is the back button where it will be visible. So if you click on this, so if you mention this code in Android manifest file, okay, this is the image where you can see like this. Okay, so you remember that if you have written this particular code in your Android manifest.xml file. So here there are two activities, that is order activity and main activity. Okay, so if you have, if your screen is currently in the order activity, as you see in this figure, so there is a back navigation button. Okay, so where if you click on this particular thing, so it will go for to the parent activity. So that is what you have been declared here. So this is about ancestral navigation, hierarchical navigation pattern, and back button navigations. Thank you.